So in the previous video, we learned or reviewed factoring. So we're going to learn how to factor using GCF. So factoring using GCF. Perfect. So let's look at a couple examples. So let's say we had 18 plus 8m cubed. So the first thing we want to do is find the greatest common factor. So before we get started, the greatest common factor, so GCF stands for greatest common factor. Greatest common factor. And a quick example of this is when we have two numbers. So let's say we have 6 and 12. So this 6 and 12. So the numbers that multiply out to give 6 and 12 are 2, 3, and 6. So you can get 6 by multiplying it by 1. So 1. You can get 6 by multiplying it by 2 to get 12. For 3, we can get 6 by multiplying it by 2 and multiplying 12 by 3 by 4 to get 12. So these are your factors, and for both numbers. And our greatest number here is 6. So the GCF for this pair, 6 and 12, would be 6. Here we have, back to our example, 18 and 8m cubed. We have 8 and 18. So we can find factors of these. So there is 1. We have 2, and yeah, that's it. So 1 and 2. Of 1 and 2, 2 is our greatest common factor. It has the highest value. So all you're going to do is write a 2 out front. Then make your parentheses. And think about the number that you multiply with 2 to get 18, and that is 9. So 2 times 9 gives you 18 plus, and then 2 times what number gives you 8, and that is 4. 4 times 2 is 8, and then you just do m cubed, and this is your final answer. Let's look at another example. So let's say we have 6k plus 9. So we start taking out our factors. So we have 1, 3, and 3. 3 is our greatest common factor. So we do 3, and then we think of the number that multiplies to give us 6. So that with 3, so that's 2. K plus 3 times 3 gives us 9. Next example we have here is negative 10 v squared plus 50v plus 25. So we could do this two ways, but first let's focus on the factoring. So we have 10, 50, and 25. Or you can think of it as negative 10, 50, or 25. Doesn't matter. So our common factors would be 1, 5, and that's it. So, and our greatest common factor is 5. So to be able to identify the factors, you just have to have more practice. So to be able to identify them quickly, I think practice is a great way to become faster at this. So 5, so we have 5, and then 5 times negative 2 gives us 10, plus 5 times 10 is 50, and then v plus 5 times 5 is 25. We can write this way, or I like to do it this way, having that v, the number next to the variable squared positive. So I like to write it as negative 5, 2v squared, and then switch the remaining sign. So minus 10v minus 5. Either way works. You can leave it, leave it like this, or, bring the negative out front and keep the first value positive over here, but then it's also crucial to remember that you have to change these signs when you bring the negative out here. Okay, so let's move on to another example. So let's say we had 9p x 6 plus minus 18p5 plus 36p cubed. Perfect. So here we have common variables, so each number has a variable here. So we can bring the variables out from. We also have the numbers. So let's start with the numbers. So we have 9, 18, 36. So for these, the negatives, the negative, and that's fine, yeah. So we have 1, 3 works, and then we have 9. Okay, so 9 is our greatest common factor. So, and then for the p's, we have to look for the exponent that's the greatest and or the least or the smallest. So that is p cubed. So we have 9. Oops, let's write this here. So 9 p cubed. So 9 times 1 is 1. And then all you have to do is subtract. So 6 minus 3. That gives us p cubed. So you're doing this, 6 minus 3 gives us 3 over here. And then minus 18 divided by 9. So 18 divided by 9, that is 2. And then 5 minus 3, that gives us 2 as well. Here, 36 divided by 9, that gives us positive 4. Let's move this away. And then 3 minus 3, that gives us p0. Now we can kind of simplify this a little more. So we can bring 9p cubed. We don't have to write the 1 because 1 times any number is itself. So p cubed minus 2p squared plus 4. And remember, anything raised to the power of 0 is just 1. So we can leave it out like this. So this would be our final answer.